Good day, everyone. Okay? So today yung lesson natin is about integrating factors, specifically first order differential equations. Okay? So unlike nung nakaraan kong video, sinulat ko na kaagad yung mga formulas. Okay? So first of all, meron tayong, ito yung meron tayong dalawang representative. Okay? So itong integrating factor is ma-apply mo to, okay, specifically for first order differential equations in the form of this. Okay, so if it is in the form of dy over dx plus p of x times y is equal to q of x, into which your p of x and your q of x are functions of x respectively, then itong type ng first order differential equation is masosolve mo kapag minultiply mo. Okay, so if ito daw, okay, so tumalbog. Okay, so if ito yung forma, okay, so if ito yung forma ng first order differential equation mo, ang px at ang qx is any function basta x lang lahat yung nandun. So both of px and qx are both functions of x. So kapag known na natin kung ano yung si px at ano si qx, okay, so masosolve itong equation na to kapag nag-multiply tayo ng integrating factor. So ang integrating factor natin dito is in the form also of functions of x, which is I of x. It is equivalent to e to the power of integral of px dx. Okay, so dapat alam natin ano to si px. Yung i-raise mo to the power of px dx. And then kapag ginawa mo yan, i-multiply mo siya on both sides, then you can solve the problem in the form of y of multiplied by e to the power of p of x dx is equivalent to the integral of qx e to the power of px dx plus constant. Okay? So, yan yung solution niya. Okay? So, yan yung magiging final answer niya. Okay? So, of course, you need to simplify this one. Okay? So, hindi ito acceptable kaagad. So, kailangan nyo isolve pa rin to. Okay? So, this formula, you multiply by this integrating factor, so you can solve that one. Okay? So, there is the other story around. Okay? So, baka malito kayo. So, since this is in the form of dy dx, ito din is kabaliktaran niya. So, what if instead of dy dx is dx over dy siya? And then, yung p natin at saka q are functions of y instead. So, if that is the case, babaliktad. Okay? Si py, si qy are functions of y. So, your iy should be also a functions of py dx. Okay? So, atin lang ating linawin. Okay? So, linawin natin na sa ganun is hindi tayo nalilito. Okay? So, kapag ganito, medyo kabaliktaran nito, so yung yung py, qy are functions of y. So, yung integrating factor na i-multiply natin dito na formula is in the forms of iy. So, if that is the case, so ganito yung mangyayari. Okay? So, this is py dy, sorry. So, if that is the case, so ito yung magiging solution. So, instead of y, magiging x e to the power of square root of py dy is equal to the integral of qy e to the power of integral py dy plus c. So, ito yung magiging solution niya. Okay? So, alam ko, posible malilito kayo Okay? So, posible malito kayo. So, paano nangyari yun? Okay? So, paano natin i-apply itong mga formulas na to? Okay? So, I will advise you. So, since video naman ito, you can play back anytime you want ang itong mga formulas na to. Okay? So, it is already written in any of books. Okay? In any of PDF books. Kahit sinong author, ganito, medyo iba-iba lang yung pagka-represent. Itong dy over dx, minsan it can be stated as y bar. Okay? So, yung dy dx minsan can be represented as y bar. And instead of dx over dy could be represented as x bar. Okay? Ito. So, may iba din instead of px and qx, ax and bx yung ano nila. So, it doesn't matter. Okay? So, without further ado, so mas mabuti siguro if we will have our examples. Okay? Using these formulas. Okay? Remember, so I will erase this one. So, let's have an example. So, let's have our first example. Okay. So, this will be our first example. Okay. Y prime plus 2xy is equal to x plus 5. Okay. So, okay. So, maybe, simplihan natin. Gawin natin, ano lang, isa lang. Gawin natin 3x, no? Baka hindi natin ma-integrate. Okay. So, ito lang yung first example natin, no? I-revise ko lang para to simplify. Okay? So, equivalent to. Itong y prime, it can be also written as dy over dx. Yes. So, if that is the case, the px here, will be 2x. Ito. And then, your qx is this. 3x. Okay? Since, ano yung nasa baba? X. So, x. So, therefore, yung integrating factor natin ay x is e to the power of integral of px. And the integral of px is this. So, 2x dx. Okay. So, let's simplify. So, it will become e to the power of integral of 2x is e to the power of x squared. Okay. So, if that is the case, you can multiply this here. Okay. So, maybe mas malapad kung dito natin lagay. So, you can actually multiply it all over. So, magiging e to the power of x squared siya, dy over dx, plus 2xy e to the power of x squared, 3x e to the power of x squared. Into which, magiging ex squared siya, dy plus 2xy ex squared dx equals 3x e to the power of x squared dx. Okay. So, yan yung pa natin. Okay? So, itong buong itong buong given na to, pag in-integrate mo yan, magiging y to the power of x squared na yan. Okay? So, if you want to try nyo i-differentiate ito ulit. O, partial, i-differentiate. So, makukuha nyo tong given na to. Itong nasa taas. Okay? So, therefore, yung i-integrate mo na lang is yung sa kabila. Which is 3x e x squared dx. And we all know, okay? Remember this. E to the power of u du, integral of eu to the power of u du is equivalent to eu plus c. And the u here is obviously x squared. Okay? So, obviously, x squared yung ano niya. So, yung du natin is 2x. Okay? 2x dx. So, ibig sabihin, 2x dapat to. So, 3 to. So, dapat 2 to. And then, ilabas lang natin yung 3. Gawin natin 3 halves para pag minultiply mo, magiging 3x to the x squared pa rin siya. Okay? So, nilabas ko lang para mayroong para ma-integrate natin itong nasa loob. So, therefore, i-integrate natin. So, babalik siya, eu to the power of c. Ano ba yung u? X squared. Ano yung e? So, e. E to the power of x squared. So, magiging, ang sagot natin is y e to the power of x squared is equal to 3 halves of e x squared plus c. So, this will be your answer. Okay, so this will be our first example. Okay, so I will just give you around 30 seconds, maybe a minute to digest. So, ganyan yun. Okay, so maybe naguluhan kayo, okay? So, pwede nyong i-apply directly yung general solution. Okay? So, this is our first example. Okay, so let's have another example. Okay, so let's have another example. So maybe para mas maintindihan natin, damihan natin yung examples. Okay. So let's have our second example. Okay. So, anong idadagdag natin na integrable dapat siya? Yan. Try natin to. Okay. So, example number 2. Okay. So, ganun pa rin yung paraan natin. So, this is equivalent to dy over dx. Okay? Plus x squared y minus 2x squared equals 0. Okay? So, lipat natin doon sa kabila, magiging 2x squared to. So, therefore, yung px natin, obviously, is x squared. And then, our qx is obviously 2x squared. Okay? So, we can have our integrating factor ix is equivalent to e to the power of px. Our px here is x squared dx. So therefore, your ix will be e to the power of x cubed over 3, obviously. And then, our solution will be, okay, so naalala nyo naman, okay, so we can directly apply it. Okay, so the general solution for this is y e to the px dx is equal to the integral of qx e to the power of px dx, okay, and dx plus c. Okay. So, ito yung general solution. Okay, nung first example, ginawa ko yun na hindi siya direct to the point is para makita nyo na yung integrating factor like this is supposed to be i-multiply mo in the whole equation nang sa ganun is integrable na siya. Okay? So dito, this is just like a shortcut. Parang ano lang ba? Parang hulmahan. Okay? Kapag meron ka nito, okay, so pwede mo nang i-diretso. Y, ito yung integrating factor. So, direct to the point ka na. Okay? X cubed to the 3 is equivalent to qx. Qx here is 2x squared. And then, e to the power of x cubed over 3 dx plus c. Okay. So, paano natin yan integrate? So, alam naman natin, okay, that, okay, so remember again, the integral of eu du is equal to e to the power of u plus c. Okay. So, here, the u here is obviously x cubed over 3. So, the du, if you differentiate this one, it will become x squared dx. So, therefore, ito yung u. So, ibig sabihin, y e to the power of x cubed over 3 is equivalent to, ipalabas natin si 2 x squared ex cubed over 3 dx plus c. So, therefore, magiging y e to the power of x cubed over 3 is equivalent to 2e to the power of x cubed 3 plus c. Okay? So, ito yung sagot. So, madali lang. Okay? Okay. So, ito madali lang. But, please remember that not all the time, okay, hindi sa lahat ng panahon, is obviously na ma-apply pala natin sa integrating factors. Okay? So, sometimes, yung equation, minsan kailangan mo pa siyang i-process, okay, through some other some other manipulation, algebraic manipulations, na sa ganon is maano mo siya, ma-identify mo siya as an integrating factor. Okay, so saka mo palang nalaman, pwede pala itong gawin. Pwede pala itong gawing integrating factor. Pero hindi mo na-realize, hindi mo lang na-realize na pwede pala. Okay? So maybe let's have another example. Okay. So, example, gawin natin example yung sinabi natin, kakasabi ko lang kanina, na minsan hindi masyadong obvious, no? Kailangan mong mag-apply ng algebraic manipulations muna. Okay? So, okay, so okay. So, maybe simplify natin. Okay. So, ito. Okay. So, unang tingin, masasabi nyo baka iba yung solution nito. Okay. So, by some algebraic manipulations, believe it or not, this can be an example of an integrating factor. Okay. So, what we should do is to convert this into dy over dx, okay, or take it as it is, but somehow remember na equivalent lang to silang dalawa. Okay, so what you should do is to divide all of this by x plus 5. So magiging ganito siya. Ayan. So, ano nakikita nyo? So, ma-applyan pa rin natin siya ng integrating factor. First order differential equation. Okay? So, ang px natin dito is obviously ito. 1 over x plus 5. And then, yung qx natin is 3 over x plus 5. Okay? So, to make the long story short, okay, so yung integrating factor natin, which is in the form of ix, is equivalent to e to the power of px dx, though it is dx over x plus 5. Okay, so paano to? So magiging ano to siya? E to the power of, okay, so yung u natin dito is x plus 5. So si du natin is dx. So therefore, this is e to the power of ln absolute value of x plus 5. Okay? So if naalala nyo yung past lessons nyo, okay, maybe in your in the properties of your logarithm, this is equivalent, e to the power of ln of x plus 5 is equivalent to just this, x plus 5. So therefore, this is your integrating factor. Okay? So therefore, yung y e to the power of px dx is equivalent to the integral of q of x e to the power of px dx plus c. Okay? So yung integrating factor natin na ix, which is equivalent to this, is this. So therefore, you multiply y by x plus 5. And then, is equivalent to the qx. Ang qx natin is 3 over x plus 5. Then, yung e to the power of px dx natin, which is ix, is x plus 5. Okay? Plus c. So, therefore, y times x plus 5 is equivalent to, okay? O, may dx dapat to. So, 3 dx plus c. So, therefore, yung sagot natin is y multiplied by x plus 5 equals to 3x plus c. Yan yung sagot natin. Okay? Alright. Madali lang. Okay? So, that is our third example. Okay. So, what if it will be the other way around? Okay? So, maybe in our fourth example, we will make some adjustment. What if baliktad? Instead na dy over dx, dx over dy na. Okay? So, if yung naalala nyo yung nasa simula ng video, okay, so, if hindi nyo natandaan, so, you can play back to the beginning of the video para makita nyo yung formula. Okay, so maybe let's have another example. Our fourth example. Us have our fourth example. So, our fourth example is, sabihin na natin baliktad. So, gawin natin dx over dy. Yan, okay. So, paano ka ganyan? Okay? So, normally, baliktad natin. So, instead na ang hanapin natin is si px and qy, ang gagamitin natin is si py at saka si qy. And obviously, si py natin dito is si x. Okay, baliktad na. And then, si qy natin is itong si 8y. Yan. So, ano naman yung integrating factors natin? Yung integrating factors na gagamitin natin is I of y. Ito, which is, okay? So, it will be e to the power of, py. So, py is x, and then d, okay? So, okay. So, no. Sorry, ang p of y natin is si y. Hindi si x. Okay, sorry. So, it will be y dy. So, py dy dapat. Okay, so magiging e to the power of y squared over 2 siya. Okay. So, anong next natin gagawin? So, ang solution natin dito, if naalala nyo pa, is y e to the power of py dy is equivalent, okay, so x pala, x e to the power of py dy is equivalent to q of x, q of y e to the power of py dy dy plus c. Okay. So, alam naman natin na yung integrating factor natin na ito is equivalent dito. So, magiging x e to the power of y squared over 2. Qy is 8y integral multiplied by ey squared over 2 dy plus c. Okay, so remember also that eu to the power of du is eu plus c. And our u here is y squared over 2 and our du is obviously 2y over 2 is 2y dy. Ay y dy lang pala. Okay? So y dy, oh, so palabas natin yung 8. So magiging x to the power of y squared over 2, 8 e to the power of y squared over 2 plus c. So this is your answer. Okay. So yan yung sagot natin. So obviously, madali lang ang integrating factors. Okay? So what you gonna do is pattern recognition only. Okay? So posible yung integrating factors, just like the third example, is hindi nyo directly makikita na, hindi obvious na ma-apply pala yung integrating factors. Okay? So maybe let's have another example for more emphasis. So what if hindi dx at hindi dy yung nandoon? Okay? What if iba? Sabi natin, okay, so maybe let's have an example. Our fifth example. Natin ganito. 0. Okay. So this will be our, okay, so kuha tayo ng example. Okay, so this should be 2. Okay, para madali. Okay. So consider this as your fifth example. ds over dt plus t over plus 5 multiplied by s is equal to 2t plus 10. So, paano natin isosolve to? Okay. So, obviously, yung nakasanayan natin is si dy at si dx lang. So, pwede yung mangyaring ganito yung resulta. Baka malito na kayo. Okay? So, obviously, at titingnan nyo is yung nasa baba. Ano yung nasa baba nung differential? Anong derivative? Okay? ds over dt. So, yung nasa baba, yung dt. So, therefore, ang hinahanap natin is hindi si py, hindi si px, kundi si pt. P of t. Okay. Wala nang. So, it should be P of t. Yan. So, yung P of t natin dito is si t plus 5. At saka yung Q of t natin is si 2t plus 10. Yan. So, therefore, since ang P at Q natin is in terms of T, so yung integrating factor natin is in terms of T din. So, it should be e to the power of P of T dt. So, therefore, yung PT natin is e to the power of square root T plus 5 dt. So, it's equivalent to e the power of t squared over 2 plus 5t. Okay? So, lagyan natin ng saklong para ibig sabihin isa lang. Okay. So, paano to isolve? Okay? So, obviously, our solution, okay? So, since itabi natin to, so, ano yung nasa taas niya? So, yung nasa taas niya is si s. So, therefore, magiging s to the power of e to the power of p t dt is equivalent to q of t. Okay, ito yung magiging general solution natin. E to the power of pt dt plus c. Okay, so ganyan. So, just replace mo lang. Okay, so hindi ibig sabihin na hindi dy, hindi dx, hindi na pwedeng ma-applyan ng integrating factor. So, magiging s to the power of t squared plus 5t to. Okay, t squared over 2 plus over 5t. Sorry. So, magiging s to the power of t squared over 2 plus 5t. Okay, ito yung powers niya. So, over integral of 2t plus 10 e to the power of t squared for plus 5t plus c. Okay? So, remember natin na si EU is equal to, integral of EU du is equal to EU plus c. So, yung u natin dito is si t squared over 2 plus 5t. So, yung du natin dito is obviously t plus 5. Okay. So, here, s e to the power of t squared over 2 plus 5t. Okay? Ma-factor out lang yung 2 is equivalent to 2 t plus 5 e to the power of t squared over 2 plus 5t. Yan. So, yung sagot natin is s to the t squared over 2 plus 5t is equal to 2 e to the t squared over 2 plus 5t. Okay, may plus c. So, ito yung sagot natin. Okay? So, yan. So, hindi ibig sabihin na hindi dx is hindi mo na masolve. Okay? So, maybe dyan lang muna yung about sa integrating factors natin. Okay? So, I hope naintindihan.